In 2020, we witnessed the culmination of years of political apathy come to fruition. We saw unprecedented levels of media propagandizing and authoritarian gaslighting. We have allowed the foundations of critical thought and rational inquiry to dwindle and fade. We have let others make our decisions for us and let others decide facts on our behalf for far too long. For years, we've seen our rights slowly chipped away, one piece at a time. And in 2020, we finally got the hammer to our face that we needed to say enough is enough. Many do not notice the way that the corporate media distorts the narrative to fit their agenda. Many do not notice the Mockingbird media's process of manufacturing consent for authoritarian overreach. Many do not notice the editorial process that selectively kills inconvenient stories on the cutting room floor. And many do not notice as the media moves the goalposts and manipulates emotions for profit and control. Many do not notice that posts critical of public health policy on social media are taken down routinely. Many do not notice that counter-narrative experts have been digitally silenced and professionally threatened. Many do not notice that the indisputable WHO medical advice has been flip-flopping this entire time. And many do not notice that the media and the government march in lockstep to concentrate their power. Some are aware, but are not sure what to do about it. Some know that something needs to be done, but don't think that they are ready to try. Some, however, have taken it upon themselves to make a difference. Our future is not going to get better on its own. It is up to all of us to make it better. We need to stop treating the fight for freedom like a debate to be won with words. Pointing out a hypocrisy or yet another media double standard doesn't stop it from happening. Freedom favors the bold, and it requires an informed and responsive citizenry to maintain. We need to take back our freedom with action, action, action. It's time to stop complaining about the media being biased. Start building new media companies to compete with them for viewers and narrative control. Become a producer of accountable fact patterns and build the backbone of the next generation of truth tellers. It's time to stop complaining about politicians being corrupt. Start running for office and beat the establishment candidates with populist policy platforms. Become a change agent, reject corporate donors, and deploy new policies that creatively empower citizens. It's time to stop complaining about big tech censorship. Start building new technology platforms that empower everyone and create content on the ones that already exist. Become a defender of freedom of speech by protecting and amplifying those who speak the truth. It's time to stop complaining about businesses enforcing draconian mandates. Start creating new businesses that don't. Become an architect of the next generation of freedom-preserving commerce that respects customer sovereignty. It's time to stop complaining about banks exercising too much financial control. Start developing and using decentralized currencies and exit the central banking cabal. Become engaged in the growing space of cryptocurrency and the open, neutral monetary policy that it enables. It's time to stop complaining about the decline of cultural institutions and creative output. Start producing new movies, music, and TV shows that reflect our values and make them compelling to all. Become the director of a vision of a brighter humanity by imagining a freer future for everyone. It's time to stop complaining about scientists and doctors being puppets of the establishment. Start building and financing new and independent medical and scientific institutions. Become a new breed of expert that helps to preserve the scientific method and the Hippocratic Oath. It's time to stop complaining about the Great Reset deploying corporate communism internationally. Start creating new consensus-building institutions to drive a people-powered and freedom-preserving agenda. Become the replacement to the corrupt World Health Organization, World Economic Forum, and the United Nations. The ongoing defense of freedom requires that freedom-loving people win. We need to obtain and wield power in the ways that matter to preserve our liberty. Our inaction and lack of initiative is the reason that we have been blindsided by the globalist political class. They need our ignorance to preserve their power and their control. We can't overcome them unless we have better ideas than they do and we deploy them at scale. We must become proactive and develop long-term strategies to empower people to live freely. Protesting is an important way to increase the reach of our message. However, it's up to each one of us to take charge of the preservation of freedom in our world. Become the next generation of freedom producers, the courageous pioneers of liberty. We, the people, must once again take charge of our own destiny. We, the people, must build the world that we want our children to live in. We, the people, must hold our media institutions accountable for their role in the manufacture of consent. We, the people, must take back control over our government and make it serve us again. We, the people, must remove from power all authoritarians, political and corporate. We, the people, must design and build the architecture of freedom preservation to stand for the next 100 years. We need a separation of media and state in Australia. We need a return to a media ecosystem that investigates and reports on the facts without bias. We need to stop letting the media destroy reputations with impunity. And we need to become equipped to discern reality from the media-conjured pseudo-reality. Embrace uncertainty, question authority, inspire courage, overcome fear, take initiative, trust yourself, break rules, take risks, act boldly, and most importantly, choose to live free. Thank you.